How's it going, everybody? This is Bang Bang Bo, and I have another quick video for you. This is on my most recent purchase, which is a Smith & Wesson 351PD. This is how it came. This is the revolver in a little kind of foam packaging thing. And then there are pistol locks, the manual, and the frame lock that comes on the gun, which I'll show you shortly. Put that out of the way. Take this guy out. I'll show you that it's unloaded. Okay. So this again is a 7-shot 22 Magnum. It is a J frame, so it's a very small handgun. I'm going to do a quick wraparound for everybody that wants to see it. I apologize if the lighting is weird, but this is all I have to work with, unfortunately, as of right now. I did get some parts for the gun that I was going to add to it. I'm going to do that in a separate video. The parts I got, I'll show you real quick. I did 2 more videos for the installation of both this grip and a clip draw. The gun is unloaded still, so I will say this rubber is very soft and supple, just like the other ones. I really like it. Because it is more grippy, it is a lot easier to pull the hammer back. I don't find my fingers or hand, it's slipping out of my hand as I'm pulling that back, because it is a very heavy trigger. And I do think that you get a little bit more room with your hand, so that's really nice. As far as the clip draw goes, you could still put this in a holster, but putting it into the holster, it might get caught on it sometimes. But you know, if you're putting this on it and you have it in a holster, I don't see why anyone would do that. So, and you can take it off so simply that if you did decide to put it in a holster one day, it wouldn't matter. This does not change the weight at all, believe it or not. It is still 12.4 ounces loaded with both of these attachments. I don't know what the unloaded weight is with these attachments, so that's all. Just wanted to show you everything. This wood grip is a little on the slippery side. I watch Such, and he has a really good video of this. I'm not going to be able to shoot this anytime soon, sadly, but he said the grips aren't too slick. I find them a little too slick for my liking. Also, there's a fiber optic sight. It's my favorite sight out of all my handguns. This video does not do it justice, but that fiber optic really does light up in any lighting situation. Of course, when it's dark, it's kind of just hard to see no matter what. And before I forget, I'll flash a picture of it on screen, but right in there, you'll see kind of like an indentation or a scuff. I did go over that with aluminum black. It did come with a factory defect, which was very disappointing. And here in New Jersey, it would have costed me, I was basically screwed. Even my credit card company told me I was screwed. But basically I would have to pay money to transfer it out, ship it back, pay money when it transferred back in, use 2 of my pistol permits. It was this whole big mess, and honestly, it's just something that they probably would have just shaved it down with a file and put aluminum black on it anyway. So that's that. I'll show you the picture now. So that's what that looked like. I'm going to show you a size comparison. It's Glock 19, very common semi-automatic handgun. So it is about ½ an inch, I'd say, shorter than the Glock 19, and about as thick, maybe slightly thicker than the Glock 19. Now the difference is this gun only weighs 11.2 ounces unloaded and 12.4 ounces loaded. That was one of the main deciding factors for me. Also 22 Magnum. The idea for this, for me, was if I wanted something very lightweight with very little recoil, small frame, easily concealable. I could also give this to a female, like my girlfriend, or someone who's not familiar with firearms if I ever found myself in a situation that I needed to lend someone something, which I can't really do in New Jersey, but the point is it has very little recoil because it's the 22 Magnum. I'll show you that round now. So this is the 22 Magnum. This is a Hornady Defense. I'll show you the specs on it real quick before I give you a comparison. 45 grain. This box. Sorry for the glare. This is actually handgun ballistics 1 7/8 inch barrel, which is that barrel length. So it's almost like this was made for that. But as you can see, the feet per second is significantly less than, you know, out of a standard 16-inch barrel, or 24-inch barrel, I should say. But for something so small, it's sufficient in my opinion. My 32 ACP travels slower than that. So anyway, here's a 22 Magnum. 22 long rifle is next to it, and then also a 22 short. Just, you know, I don't advise on doing this, but I know some people are going to want to know and see. Yes, you can shoot both the 22 LR and 22 short out of it. I'm going to close it just to like far away from it. Okay, it closes. The only thing that could happen is, one, the inside of the cylinder can get very dirty because there's a lot of powder burn on the inside of the cylinder, and sometimes, as you can see, it won't catch the rims because they're a little bit smaller in width than the 22 Magnum. So I'm going to load up some snap caps. These are fake bullets. They're not real. They're not live cartridges. These are good, especially for a rimfire handgun. It is not good to shoot rimfire handguns because I think, someone can correct me on it, but there's so much force that has to go in to smash the rim of the rimfire to make sure it goes off consistently, that it could damage the firing pin if there's nothing cushioning that impact, and as well as the frame. This is a scandium aluminum alloy frame. My understanding is that the scandium, which is a very rare and very, very, very expensive metal, way more than gold and I think even more than platinum, but it strengthens the metal so that it's much more durable than just normal aluminum. So anyway, again, these are not real cartridges. This is for anyone who wants to see it. This is the single action, which is extremely crisp. I'm very happy with it. There's like nothing, guys. It's ridiculous. I don't have the pull weights. I apologize. And this is double action. Very stiff, very tough to pull back, but it is still kind of smooth, is what I would say. Here's single action from the other side. I hate that, by the way. I might paint over that black or something. I just hate the way that looks. Anyway, here's single action from that side. Okay, very light again, and double action from this side. So there we go, for anyone that wanted to see that. Okay, again, see, you can see the force. This is a soft steel dummy rounds, and these are actually 22 long dummy rounds. But as you can see, there's a lot of force that goes into those cartridges, and you don't want that messing up your revolver. So if you don't have snap caps, if you have cases that have already been fired out of, maybe you can keep those and use those as snap caps. I don't know, that's up to you, but I highly recommend not dry firing this weapon. There is a lock built into the frame. A lot of people don't like this. You can use it if you want to, somewhere that you might need to lock the gun before transportation. I don't know if it has to be a trigger lock. You have to do your own research as far as that goes. But this is basically how it works. It's like a little Allen key, kind of. You twist it like that. And then you can't pull the hammer back, you can't pull the trigger. You can take the cylinder out and kind of load it or unload it, but you can't do anything else. And you need to unlock it before you can use it again. The problem with this, or what many people will say, and I agree with them, is that if you lock it and you forget it's locked and it's dark, or just you can't find the key because it's a tiny little key, it's, you know, you're going to be screwed, like, especially if this is your only gun. So it's not really that wise, in my opinion, to do it. Just put it somewhere safe, maybe in a holster where it's not, no one's going to be able to hit the trigger, or something like that, whatever. And also, as a side note, if for some reason you're drawing this from a pocket or a pocket holster, the hammer does get caught more than you would think. So the way I, you know, and I don't have experience concealed carry, but the way I got around that is by putting my thumb on the hammer as I draw. So then, you know, nothing's getting caught on the hammer as I'm drawing it out, like my shirt or my pocket or something like that. If you're ever playing around with practicing at home, make sure the gun's unloaded so you're not like slipping and shooting yourself in the leg. I'll just show you one more size comparison. I do have a video on this as well. It's my Smith & Wesson Governor. So, and this is a large frame revolver, so it's you know, you can see the difference there. It is a very, very small revolver. In thickness, much thinner, in my opinion. This gun's really cool. I have another video on it. It shoots like a bunch of different calibers with these chamber adapters. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. I highly recommend it. It's really cool. But that is basically it for the video. I wanted to keep this kind of short and not talk about it too much. I highly recommend you keep an eye out for one of these when the market's not crazy with like fear buying and hoarding and all that fun stuff. I think you could get these like before tax and shipping for around $650. I paid around, I think it was like $750. It basically costed me $800 between all the fees, shipping, and the little attachments that I got. Ammo's pretty pricey. Right now it's like $20 for 50 rounds of 22 Magnum, when normally it's like $10, so it's like double the price, which is part of the reason why I haven't shot it yet. But only downsides for me is that the grip is a little slippery. The double action trigger pull is pretty heavy. And it came with a factory defect from Smith & Wesson, which is absolutely ridiculous to me. I'm very upset about that because obvious reasons. But other than that, I mean, this revolver, there's not a whole lot to talk about. I love it. I carry it around the house all day. It's very light. You forget that it's there. It's very good for someone who's recoil adverse. You know, if you are in the school of thought that accuracy is better than firepower, is one way you could look at it. Or just if you want to give someone like a significant other or family or anyone who doesn't really know how to use guns, a firearm that they're going to be able to handle the recoil and just, you know, practice often, because they won't be adverse to going out and shooting it like a tiny 38 special. But I won't ramble on any longer. So anyway, guys, if you made it this far in the video, please do like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out. I will be posting other videos about other firearms, because I have an obscene amount of guns that I would love to share with you guys. So please let me know if you have any questions or comments. I respond to basically everybody. And be nice to all the new gun owners out there who are getting into firearms. They are our lifeblood in keeping the Second Amendment, if you keep them enthusiastic about the community that they're now a part of. So that is all. Thank you, and have a wonderful, safe time in this pandemic and election around the corner. I think it's like 5 days away. Anyway, have a good one.